In August 2025, a sensational story swept across social media and online news outlets. Articles and viral posts claimed that a Chinese company named Kaiwa Technology was building humanoid robots capable of carrying pregnancies and giving birth to human children. The reports were complete with AI-generated images of futuristic androids with transparent womb chambers and a researcher named Dr. Zhong Chifeng, supposedly working out of Singapore's Nanyang Technological University. The story spread globally, with headlines promising that a working pregnancy robot would be released as early as 2026 for around $14,000. It was shocking, it was futuristic, and it was completely fake. But while this hoax was quickly debunked, it touched on a very real area of science: artificial womb technology. And understanding the difference between science fiction and current scientific research is crucial, not just to debunk bad information, but also to appreciate what's actually possible and what the future might hold. The hoax combined three powerful ingredients: the rise of humanoid robots, the ethical debates around artificial wombs, and the growing believability of AI-generated content. Fact-checkers quickly unraveled the story. Zhong Chifeng does not exist. Nanyang Technological University confirmed that no such research was ever conducted there. And the images circulating online were generated using AI tools designed to mimic futuristic promotional artwork. Despite this, the story resonated because it played on deep cultural anxieties and curiosities: the automation of reproduction, the replacement of human roles by machines, and the blending of artificial intelligence with biological processes. In short, it felt like science fiction crossing into reality, when in fact, it was a complete fabrication. Behind the viral misinformation lies a very real scientific field: artificial womb technology, often called AWT. Unlike the sensational headlines, this technology is not about creating robots that can carry pregnancies from conception to birth. Instead, it is designed to support extremely premature babies, those born around 22 to 24 weeks, who currently face very low survival rates. Biobag breakthroughs. In 2017, scientists at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia made a major breakthrough. They created what became known as the biobag system, a sealed, fluid-filled environment that closely replicated the conditions of a natural uterus. Premature lambs placed in the biobag continued to develop for up to 28 days, receiving oxygen and nutrients through a system designed to mimic an umbilical cord. The EVE platform. Meanwhile, in Australia, researchers developed the EVE platform, a similar system that achieved success in animal trials. Their work reinforced the promise of this technology, creating a bridge between the womb and the outside world for babies who would otherwise not survive. Why pregnancy robots are impossible? If the real technology exists in labs, why couldn't we just put it into a humanoid robot form factor? The answer lies in the massive technical and biological barriers. Scale and size. Artificial womb prototypes today are large, delicate medical devices. They include pumps, oxygenators, fluid filtration systems, sensors, and monitoring stations. These are not systems that can be miniaturized into the abdomen of a humanoid robot. Power requirements. The machinery requires continuous power and monitoring. Even hospital-grade incubators are power-hungry. Expecting a mobile robot to house and sustain such a system without constant external support is unrealistic. Biological complexity. Perhaps the most significant barrier is biological. Pregnancy is not just about sustaining a fetus in a fluid environment. It involves complex hormonal regulation, maternal immune interactions, and subtle developmental cues that remain poorly understood. Artificial wombs sidestep some of these issues by working only with premature babies, but replicating the entire process of pregnancy is far beyond current capability. Hypothetical future timeline. Let's imagine, purely as a thought experiment, what it would take to move from today's artificial wombs to the kind of pregnancy robot described in the viral hoax. 2030s clinical trials for premature babies. The next decade will likely see carefully regulated human trials of artificial womb systems, limited to extremely premature infants. Success here could transform neonatal care, making survival at 22 weeks far more common. 2040s, advanced partial ectogenesis. If progress continues, we might see artificial wombs supporting infants born even earlier, perhaps 18 to 20 weeks. The technology would still be hospital-based, requiring medical teams and controlled environments. 2050s, expansion beyond medicine. At this stage, discussions about complete ectogenesis might move beyond theory. Early-stage experiments could explore how to support embryos at very early stages of development. Ethical debates would intensify, and regulation would be critical. Late 21st century, speculative integration. Only in the distant future could we even imagine artificial womb technology being miniaturized, automated, and potentially integrated into robotic systems. Even then, it's unlikely to look anything like the viral images. If ever realized, such systems would be industrial scale, immobile, and managed under strict medical oversight, not humanoid robots walking around with transparent bellies. This timeline shows that while the idea is theoretically possible, it's centuries away, if it's possible at all. The gap between our current capabilities and the sci-fi concept of robot pregnancy remains vast. The story of robots giving birth turned out to be nothing more than a viral hoax, amplified by AI images and sensationalist headlines. But the real science behind artificial wombs is both fascinating and important. While we are nowhere near robots capable of pregnancy, we are getting closer to saving more premature babies with technologies that mimic, in part, the environment of the womb. The truth may not be as flashy as the fiction, but it's far more meaningful. Because the future of artificial wombs isn't about replacing human reproduction, it's about giving fragile newborns the best possible chance at life.